was in the technology that we've brought to Jeunesse. I think the key is to recognize things and don't let time pass you by.
Come around the curve up here, see our building, big old smile. Boy, oh boy, we started out in that little bitty tin building in Upper Saturday.
I fell in love with network marketing because it allowed people from average backgrounds to do anything they want, become anything they want. You can be whatever you want to be if you work hard, if you're teachable, and you don't give up.
I'm very happy that people are excited about working for Jeunesse. I thank all of the distributors and all the employees in this company. Because of them, this is why we've been able to grow the way we have. The one thing we will always do is we want to treat all of our employees, our distributors, with love and respect.
We want everybody to be happy and enjoy their life and enjoy every day to the max, and that's what it's all about. It's amazing to travel with people that have never gone out of their state or their country, and to see their eyes open up and see their minds expand, because every culture is different. We want everybody to be successful, whatever that means to them, because it's an individual thing. And we want them to feel special and feel like they're making a difference, like we want to make a difference in their lives and help other people to achieve what they want. If you help people every day, make their lives easier and better, then everything falls into place.
It requires people that are dedicated to doing what they're supposed to be doing here. So, and we've got a good group of people. I think the key to all of this is that you must believe all this is going to happen the way it is. If you really believe that everything is going to turn out the way it has now, if you believe that, that's why it does turn out that way.
Jeunesse family, please stand and welcome to the stage your founders, Wendy Lewis and Randy Ray.
Guten Morgen. We're delighted to be here. You may be seated. If you can find a seat, you're so crowded here. Are you nervous? She can't get her notes unfolded. That's why I have no notes. We're excited to be here. That's better. That's what I like to hear. I was worried if you guys were all dead. Get some life in you. There you go. I'm going to take a couple of minutes and tell you a little bit about who I am. If you gave a shit. But, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you anyway. And then I want to introduce this beautiful lady here. Your nails all done okay? This is my beautiful bride, my best buddy, my business partner. I know that she's going to have a special place in heaven because she's put up with me for 33 years already. I've seen that. But we're delighted to be here, and
I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am and where I came from and what my shtick is in life. I grew up as a poor farmer's kid in West Tennessee. We never had a house that had electricity. I never had any new clothes. I had one pair of shoes my whole childhood. So it was a pretty bleak existence, but I made it. The one thing I left home when I was 16, and I had no money, but I had a pocket full of dreams. So I don't know about you, but do you dream about what you want to accomplish in life?
Yeah.
You should. I think that's what carried me throughout my childhood and into my adulthood. When I was 14, I wrote down the goals that I wanted to accomplish. The first thing on my list was I was going to be a multimillionaire by the time I was 35. And I picked 35 because the banker's son was 35, which was old to me, 35, yeah. Second of all, I was going to have my own clothes. I was going to have food to eat. You can tell I went overboard on the food to eat. But still, I'm here. And I was going to travel around the world, meet wonderful people. So how did it work? Well, I went in the Army because the Army would pay my way through college. I came out with a degree in computer science and a degree in psychology. After 6.5 years, I got out of the Army and I went to work for the Aerospace Division of Honeywell. And I worked there on some very exciting programs, on the Saturn program, the Apollo program. And they gave me a project for something that's called the X-15. And if you Google that, it'll be an interesting read, because it was the first piloted plane that would go over 4,000 miles an hour. And my job was, it had no wheels, so when it landed, it had to land on skids, like on a desert or salt flats or something. And I had to find out where I could put the plane down once it got started. So they'd take it up to 100,000 feet or more and let it go, and it'd get up to 4,000 miles an hour. And if you say, okay, I want to land, you got to figure out where you're going to land, because it's going to be somewhere way out there at that speed. So it was a very exciting project. Then I heard that NASA was coming out with a request for proposal for something called a launch processing system for the space shuttle. And I moved over to Orlando to get with the people at Kennedy Space Center. And I worked on that project for about 2 years and competed with a lot of billion-dollar companies. And I won that project. My first commission check was $6 million. Now, I was 32, so I made it before 35. And with $6 million, you can buy a lot of food, a lot of clothes, a lot of cars, a lot of houses, all of them with electricity. But, so it was a lot of fun. I worked on that for quite some time. And fast forward to 1985. And the heavens opened. Heavenly choir started singing. And I met Wendy. Of course, she was just as thrilled. See that face? Yes. But anyway, I'm gonna let her tell you what we did together. You can't tell them everything we did together. Okay. But we got to be pretty good friends for about 3 years. And then we decided to go into business together. So I'm gonna let her tell you about that. Well, let's see. Now,